10 seconds to go. Screw the system, we just switch. Hey! Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are currently watching from. So I think that's a better audio level. Hello everyone and welcome to yet another hopefully exciting stream. And I am very excited about today because today we are going to take a look at Orchestral Tools TALLINN. It's on the last day of pre-order pricing today. I don't know if it comes out tomorrow. I think it comes out tomorrow. So what do? We switch here so you can see a little bit of a screen. Where's the audio? The audio is gone. Now, there we go. So, let me put the link to the page if you want to know more into the chat here. Matthew, no, well, technically it's a new mic, yes, but I've been doing a bunch of streams already with it, so I changed my whole streaming setup for audio and everything, got the Go XLR Mini and the Rode Podcaster, so my mic is independent from my DAW, so I can crash the DAW and still will be able to talk to you guys. And I can limit myself to have audience-friendly streams by saying all, so I can mute myself. Anyway, there's the link. Orchestral Tools, out of the blue, came out with an announcement for TALLINN, Baltic Voices and Strings. And honestly, before we jump in, let's take a quick look. If you haven't heard about it, let's take a quick look at the trailer.
Estonians believe that in singing we have power.
There are a number of synonyms that could resonate with Estonia. For example, long winters and language and nature.
Everything is slowed down, and you really can hear this in the articulations and how the musicians play.
They breathe together and they have similar feeling.
The strings that we have are really working on a level of having very little vibrato.
It's an amazing organ with a lot of different colors and registers.
We've been singing single notes and single intervals for hours and hours. And I was thinking of something that Arvo Pärt famously said, that it's enough if you sing one note, but you sing it beautifully.
Holy mackerel. That is stunning to say the least. And can we take a quick moment and please just quickly appreciate what a fucking beautiful trailer that is? Congrats Orchestral Tools. All done by the book, all done really, really well. I love this trailer, just the feel, the emotion, and everything that it conveys. And so it's on intro price until tomorrow for 249 euros, I think, plus VAT. So tax or some stuff, depending on from where you're buying. And regular price will be 399, so you get it for 150 euros off. Has full male and female choir, 16 singers in total, chamber, string ensemble, 2 detailed church organs, legato. Let's not talk, let's just listen and check it out, because that's what we're here for, right? And also, thanks, of course, to the lovely folks at Orchestral Tools for providing a giveaway copy for today. So the usual drill, as you may know if you have watched some of these streams before, there is a Facebook post in existence that asks you to put a comment below, namely on this Facebook post. So just head over there, leave a comment, and at the end of the stream, we are using, as always, our little page called commentpicker.com. It doesn't matter how often you post, it will always filter duplicate entries. And right now we're looking at 25 comments already. And as I always say during these courses, it is likely going to grow that number during the course of the stream. Thanks, Orchestral Tools, for providing that, but let's dive in and take a quick look. So, but before we do that, because I prepped the stream a little bit by loading some stuff in VE Pro, maybe we can use that to look at some features of that. But what I want to do is just load the Sign Player. Don't worry about the fact that mine is called Sign Player Staging, because I work with a better version that gives me access to early libraries, and I shall not click on the store link. So, there we go. Choirs, strings, organs. That's what we have. And, hey Sunny. Ember, what is working again? Oh, yeah, Comment Picker is working again. That's true. The other day we had a little bit of trouble with the website availability. But now everything is working fine, so head over there to the Facebook post, leave a comment. Obviously, the usual yada, yada, yada. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button below so you get notified when new streams get online or new videos. And let's just load this thing up. There's a bunch of articulations included, and let's play the... sorry. No processing as usual, that is the sound of the library straight out of the box. And let's play without dabbling with the mixer, mic settings, just play it. Here we go, that's the choir. So, and one thing that I instantly noticed, and that they also mention in their walkthroughs, that you have a lot of room sound baked into the samples, and also kind of the reverb of the church. That is that little noise floor that you hear at the end of the samples. I will talk about that a little bit later once we utilize the library a little bit. It can build up a little the more samples you use, but honestly, I think it also contributes to the sound. So it is not as clean as other libraries that you have heard. It really tries to capture the vibe in that church, and it really sounds like a live recording for that. So if you raise your speaker volume, you hear that in the tail that there's a little bit of noise floor. And the more mics you use, the more it becomes prominent. So let me just, for example, activate the cardioids and the surround. What I can say is that the legato is super, super fluid and smooth to play. I would recommend to not only use the mod wheel for expression on this one, but also utilize CC11. I have two faders. You can't see that right now. I have two faders here on my fader bank that I can use simultaneously with two fingers. Very, very expressive and very smooth at playing. So let's check out some of the other patches. We have sustains legato. That's what I just played. Then we have the sustains without the legato. And then we have another legato in the female choir, which is legato. Obviously a bunch quieter than the other one. And then the same as polyphonic articulation. And then we have vibrato longs. Hey Alan, thanks so much, appreciate it. Yeah, if you haven't heard, my new EP Sky Glow is out since Friday. You can check it on your digital platform of choice. But today we're talking about orchestral tools, of course. Dynamic longs, like a little bit of an arc and movement in the notes. And then we have syllables long, one of my personal favorites. So you can have like gibberish words performed. I love that sound. Can you put the link to the Facebook post in the video description? I surely can do that. I hope. Let me see quickly. music coming soon. Playing in a second. Live. There we go. And giveaway. Okay. Let me just make sure that the link is correct. Okay, so when you... Oh, come on. When you refresh the page, you should have in the video description as well. But just to keep things safe, I'm also putting it here again. So this is where you can get a free copy of the library at the end of the stream. So, and yeah, other than that, you can also just head over to facebook.com/composingtutorials and look for the post yourself. That's true. Thanks, Amber Rice. So, do the dynamic long stop after a while? Good question. Let's check that out quickly. Sounds like they are looped. Yep, they're looped, which is fine for me. Then we have the same syllable, not the same, but the syllables as short versions. And they also react to mod wheel. Love that. Then we have random longs tonal. Yeah, if you tend to write modern style, neoclassical stuff, you might be in need of those articulations. And then we have one patch of random longs atonal. That sounds like they had a lot of fun. That was recorded after the session when they all had their glass of wine. And let's go on. That is the female choir. Let's check the male counterpart. Little less articulation. If you compare that, we have sustains, legato, sustain, sustain. They don't have the part in the males. So no male But therefore we have wide longs, which we don't have in the female choir. So let's check this out. Honestly, that's the closest thing it reminds me of is actually the Gregorian choir from Eduardo Tarilonti. So the D is the lowest on the males. And then again, we have the non-legato. I absolutely love this choir. I mean, Orchestral Tools was kind enough to send me an NFR version of that so I can play around and show it on stream. If I would have seen that walkthrough, I would have hit the buy button the next minute because the sound is incredible. I have never had such a... I don't know how to put it. It's so incredibly emotional and deep, and I'm a fanboy of this library, I have to admit. Then the wide longs. I love that. So the dynamic longs pretty much are like these interchanging vowels while they sing to give a little bit more movement to a single note. So you have really this wah. Which creates just movement within a single note. I totally get where they're coming from with their kind of tagline, like for TV and underscoring, because there's just nothing better than having a chord sitting that just does all the work for you. It's just a little bit of mod whip movement that I do, but all the stuff besides that happens in the sample themselves. It's just such a time saver. That sounds gorgeous. And we have the long and short syllables for the males as well. And one thing to keep in mind, which I think is really cool, the syllable only moves forward once you lift all the keys. That means when you put down 2 notes, for example, you can keep playing with the same syllable until you lift all the keys, and then it jumps to the next syllable. So you can, create movement within a chord. But the downside of that is if you have a syllable that starts with a consonant, which sometimes happens, like we just had sa, and you trigger other notes, you have that sa, s, that sound triggered again and again. So it's more likely useful to do that on syllables that don't start with a consonant. As you can hear, you can hear when you have that fra, does that thing again and again. So it requires a little tweaking. Hey, Mark. I don't know if you can specifically select the syllable you want to start with. You can set it to random round robins, and you can set to new note resets. Oh, I think that's when every new note triggers a new syllable. I like the way they have it set up from the get-go, and I wouldn't change too much on it. Support has told me that it can erase syllables. Yes, you can erase syllables from the cycle. So if I don't want to have sa in there, it doesn't work. Well, anyway, maybe I need to RTFM on that. Hey, Michael. Very, very cool. And again, short syllables. By the way, I didn't do the mics on this one as I had in the other one, so let's load just them all and check the last syllables, our last key switches, which is random longs tonal that we have in the males as well. And the wine-driven random longs atonal. I don't know why I'm doing that for so long. Sorry. So, Goodish, how are you? I'm good, thanks. When are you doing a live session where you compose to a video? Let's see. I cannot really tell you a date yet when that is going to happen and how and where, but it's something that is still on the agenda. That is the choirs. That shall conclude. No, that shall not conclude. Hey, Kev, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Next in line, we not only have the choirs, we also have a full chamber string section. Chamber. Hey. Dog's going crazy. So we have violins, violas, cello, and basses. Full not symphonic, full chamber string section sounds like this. How do you like the sign player compared to Contact? Both have their pros and cons, but I do like the overall workflow and aesthetics of the sign player a lot. And it works fine on my system. That might be a good moment to check the different mic positions that we have. So let's check. The first is the spot mic. Hey, Seven. And hello, Scambot. Then we have AB cardioid. AB Omni. Tree cardioid. They have a very delicate sound to them. We have Tree Omni. And then finally the surrounds. And just by switching the mic positions, I mean, it's not like you get a totally different sound, but you have a lot of choices to dial in the sound as needed, especially with these mic positions available. So let's compare the cardioid in the ABs and the tree. And switch that to Omni. And we haven't even, and then obviously you can dial in the different sounds depending on your preferences. Then we have sustained soft. Single bow expressive, one that I really like. Portado's long. Same as short. Well, it should be pitches 440. Let's quickly check that. Looks good on my end. And then we have staccato. It's not the usual fast-paced spiccato that you have from other string libraries, but that's not the aim of the library anyway. And we have tremolo. What I really like is that these strings have this northern aesthetic, Arvalpert, Spitfire Tundra comes to mind, Albion 5, all these Nordic fragile string sounds. And that comes even, Olaf Arnolds, that's what I want to say. And that comes even more to pass with these dynamic waves. Really like that. We also have flageolet sustains. There is no flageolet on this. That's another patch where I would highly suggest to use CC11 as well, besides the mod wheel. By the way, if you don't have a CC11 available, you can also, as far as I remember, yeah, you can set the patches to Niente, which means then your mod wheel goes all the way down to 0. Didn't work. There we go. So then you can also get rid of the last noise at the bottom end. But I prefer to do it with CC11 at the same time. And then we have flageolet portados. And the same as shorts. And you can, again, you can hear the room noise or room sound buildup in the samples, especially when you use several mic positions. Once we, I want to write something with it today, so we'll do that in a little bit. Once we get to that, I show you what low passing helps a lot to reduce overall the amount of noise that you get from this library. But I understand where that is coming from, and I think it's a stylistic choice that they kept that in there. And I think it really adds to the library overall in terms of sound. Anyway, more strings. We have just a little reminder, in case you don't know, there is a giveaway of this very library today. So all you gotta do is head over to Facebook, leave a comment below this post, and at the end of the stream, we will get a random selected winner through this website, commentpicker.com. You can see the link here. Currently, we're looking at 86 comments. So, we haven't even covered half of it yet. So let's quickly change the violins to the violas. Bunch of more articulations on these. Christian, you don't have to be physically present at the end of the stream. I will get in touch with the winner afterwards anyway, no matter if he or she is present. It's not a fast run legato, but it's pretty fluid overall. Can it do happy sounds? Well, it depends on what you do with it. If you write happy music with it, it may even sound happy. But it has baked in this kind of Nordic, cold, maybe melancholic vibe, so it might be not the best suited library to write some happy music with it. And you have the same dynamic waves. And what we have additionally in the violas is that fragile sul pont and sul tasto. Very, very nice. I'm inclined to say sampled at the edge of silence, but how dare I do that? No. But yeah, it's a very quiet articulation and therefore very quietly sampled. That's the cellos. Let's speed this up a little, and overall, strings, great, awesome, sound, great. We have chamber basses. I think these are 2 basses. Oh. Oh, that's a nice noise floor there. Oh, nice. Yep. Very low stuff. Low stuff in the basses. And since they were in a church and that church happened to have some organs standing around that nobody was using, they said, well, why not just sample that as well? So we have main organ manuals and pedals and the choir organ manuals and pedals. So let's quickly bring that up. I have to let you know that I am not an organ expert, nor have I any idea of how to really play that. So I approach that as usual, just friggin' go. And there is sadly no mod wheel control on the organ, which would be hilarious. Let's just jump through some of these. 5th, quinta, turn, ocho. I mean, I know what you all think. Let's just head to volles Werk. You know, That's what we're all here for, right? Holy shite. Especially with the mix options. Let's slam on the surround and do the spot left, left, right, right. Good there was no delay on it. It has to be. Obviously, we have to do that with volles back. No, actually, we don't. Who would have thunk that you could get so many different voices out of a church organ? Well, maybe people who have ideas about church organs, but I didn't. Very, very cool sound there. And then you have main organ manuals and pedals separated. So what can this do? I think it's just without the low end. And then we also have a choir organ. Again, I am not an organ player, nor have I any idea what I really should do here, but it sounds amazing. Very, very impressive. I like that a lot. Cheers, coffee. Again, you can win this very library today thanks to the very nice people at Orchestral Tools. All you got to do is head over to that Facebook post, leave a comment, and at the end of the stream, we will draw a random winner or winner-in. Where were we? Organs. Let me quickly just check what the pedals alone do. Maybe that's a nice sub bass we can use there. It is. That sounds massive. The other one? Main organ, pedals. That is definitely speaker shaking. Cool stuff. So that concludes the little look at the library. Let's delete this. And I said I tried to prep the show a little bit, which didn't really work out, but I wanted to have the instruments hosted in VE Pro, and I started. So I have the choir, and I started with the strings. And I mean, technically, that could be a nice little hint on how to do that in Studio One, because meanwhile, VE Pro works rather fine in Studio One as well. So what I am doing here is one instance of sine per MIDI channel and also one audio return. So every instrument is on its own audio return. I'm using the key switch versions here, which we can talk about in a second as well, because Studio One has also updated their system of utilizing key switches. So let me quickly just duplicate, because I need 3 more instruments here. Let me duplicate the violas, which are now celli. And I also just duplicated the instances because I wanted to have the possibility to, for example, use the cello legato and the cello sustains at the same time, which is kind of hard to do when you only have a key switch instrument, which allows you to use one articulation at a time. So what I did is just duplicate the instruments, so I have the celli and the 2 different versions of the celli, so I can at least play 2 articulations at the same time. So I'm just going to replace that. And I need to figure out which mix options I use. Oh, the cardioids. So I'm going to do that here as well. Cardioid, and surround. So now I have celli's number 1. And then I just duplicate that again. And now I have celli's number 2. Send these to a different MIDI channel, and obviously I need to adjust the channel here as well. That is channel 5, and these are channel 6, and they come out through a different audio return, which is going to be 19, 11, 13, 15. Oh, made a mistake here. 15, oh, come on, 17. Bear with me, we will be back on writing something in a second. I just want to quickly set this up. I haven't finished that before the stream. I apologize. 19, 21, and now we duplicate this whole thing again. I'm likely not going to use the organs for writing something, but if we need to, I can also just load an individual instance in Studio One itself. So that is then likely going to be channel 23. So that is basses. And I assume for the basses, I just need one patch. And if I need more, I can do that later. So that is going to be channel 7. And we are loading the basses in here. Strings, chamber, basses. So there we have that, and in the mixer for the basses we also use the cardioids and the surround. So we have everything. And I also wanted to know what kind of RAM do you need when you load them all at once with a bunch of mic positions. So VE Pro is sitting at, yeah, close to 12 gigabytes, which is fine for choir and strings. That's reasonable. You could maybe pad the organ. Yeah, we can look into that in a little bit. So, and the preparations on the Studio One side implemented. Let me bring up the mixer. There we go. Here's the mixer. So I opened up VE Pro in this view, and then you can activate all the outputs. Technically, we only need till 23. And I haven't finished naming them, so I'm doing that right now. This is MIDI channel 1, track 1, MIDI channel 1, track 2. And the output is changed to the second return. That's how I set it up in VE Pro, which means we can now quickly jump through. So that is violin 2 key switch. And this is viola key switch. And it because I already assigned the output channels here, it automatically renames the output channels in the mixer as well, as you can see here. So that is pretty convenient. So there's viola 2 key switch. Then we have cello key switch, cello 2 key switch, and finally basses key switch. So done. That's about it that I need to set it up, and I technically don't need this one, so we can get rid of that. I could also just color these channels at the same time, so then we get the nice color in the mixer as well. Everything is routed to the main output right now. There's nothing going on in terms of processing, but let's jump straight in. So the only thing that I've loaded is my Softtube console. So that we can tweak a little bit of stuff here and there if need to be. Can now make that a little bigger, save, and also save the VE Pro frame. That might be something worthwhile. Save server project. There we go. All right. And last but not least, I quickly want to talk about the new key switch features in Studio One, which are pretty cool, to be honest, because what you could do is, let's take a look here. We have the, unfortunately, I cannot have both screens visible at the same time. So you just need to believe me that this is what I'm seeing if I click on the cello, for example, and I have this list. I just realized that the key switches are kind of messed up here. I don't really like that. So some of these are more in the upper range, which is the same with the violas, but they don't go down there, so that's fine. Anyway, I started prepping the key switch maps that are a new feature of Studio One. So if we look at the viola, for example, in the sound variations, let's load the violas. Yes, that's fine. Okay, so now I have the key switches for the violas sitting here. And for the cellos, I haven't done a key switch map, so we can quickly look into that and see how that works. Let me quickly check if everything is working, because the chat is suddenly very, very quiet. Hope I didn't do anything wrong. So let me know if you're still there. Let's quickly set up the key switch map for the cello. And what I'm going to do for this, let me try to bring these windows into the same view. So VE Pro goes here, and when I put that there, yeah, now we have VE Pro and Studio One next to each other. So let's go to the cello and go to the cello here. So we just create an empty event, open the key editor or piano roll editor, and if you see the velocity here, there is this new tab called Sound Variations. And when you click on the wrench icon, you can pretty much create your own sound variations. And how to set that up is the most straightforward and easy way I have ever seen a developer approach that. I mean, I've been working with Cubase and expression maps and all that stuff for years, so I'm used to that. But just so you can see how easy it is in Studio One to set up key switch maps. So I just say new variation, call that sustain legato. So select, and key switch is C0, and the activation sequence, we keep that at C0 as well. That's all. And now, watch what happens. When I click on new variation, it automatically, incrementally changes the articulation here. So all I gotta do now is just name it. So soft, new, single bow, expressive, port long, port short. It's incredibly fast. How do I rename here? Port. So new variations, staccato. Bear with me, we are done in a second. I just need to do this quickly to din wave. Wave flageolet. I think I could have copied that from the violas as well. Would have been faster. But I mean, these streams are about the life of a composer. So this is sometimes what we do when we do our stuff. So obviously this doesn't need to be C1, but C#5. C#5. That's where it differentiates from the violas. And the name is flageolet part long. Then we have and that needs to be D5. And the next one is fragile long sol tasto. It's also different to the violas, which have also a fragile long sol pont. Cello does not have that. So this is done, and all I gotta do now is just save the preset, which is TALLINN cello. I have a folder for orchestral tools already. After the stream, I will also make these available through the cloud share. So if you happen to work on Studio One, you don't have to do that. You have instant access to these right away. D#5, I forgot that. So, done. We have these, and last but not least, I just need to do the key switches for the basses. And these are faster because obviously the basses are here, don't have as much key switches, so it's only these few. So do these, new variation. So this one is now on sustain legato, that is C6. And again, it's incrementing. So it's extremely fast. Single bow expressive. Chord long. Chord short. Staccato. And dynamic wave. Done. Save that. Telling basis in my orchestral tools folder. Done. So now I can go here, either load a different preset, have all the TALLINN. So I have the women, the man, and the strings done. So it's pretty straightforward and really, really handy. So I'll bring my mixer back onto my other screen. Okay, that means we should now be able to look into making some music with it, because I mean, that's what we're here for, right? Just trying to write something, and I have no idea what. Only thing what I want to do is I want to add me a piano, because why not? So let's go here. So done. Okay. That one gets a little bit of console as well. And okay. Flowsy, yes. Next template is coming for sure. It's nearly done. I just need to finish writing the demo track with it. So next template is going to be Project Sam's Orchestral Essentials 1 and 2. Actually, it's a bigger one because there's a template for just one, for 1 and 2, and also 2 different demo tracks. So hopefully it will be ready in the next 2 weeks. Coming first for Cubase and Studio One. So I just want to say I need to get my head into a little bit of a different mindset in terms of how we write today, because I listened to a bit of Arvo Pärt and especially the recordings from the choir and what they did. So I'm by no means in a position to be able to pull something off like that, but I feel that more soft, quiet, haunting atmosphere is something that I want to try to capture today with writing something. So I have no idea how to do that. Why is my bin filled? There we go. Oh yeah, well, I wanted to mention something about the come on. How do you call that? About the noise floor in the samples. So without any treatment at all, and you can see there's a lot of rumble going on in the low end in these recordings. And a lot of this noise floor already disappears, especially in the higher frequency instruments when you be very aggressive in the low cutting. Let's take the So when I low cut, And as you can see, the lowest frequency here in the choir, in the females, is around 220 hertz here. So I can pretty much low cut everything below 190 on the women at least. And that already reduces a lot of that noise floor in the background. So with no, and without. So low cutting already helps a lot to reduce that noise floor. Obviously, you can't do that on the males, at least not that high. But if we look at the males here, I did a low cut at 105. So that definitely helps bring that down a little on these instruments. Nevertheless, I still don't know where to start with writing. First, let's find a tempo. No. Maybe double time? Okay, something like this. I just don't know if I want to start with something melodic or more with the chords. By the way, the legato pretty much takes minus 100 milliseconds track delay. Let's start with, I want to start with the melody here. Very simple, just a little motif there. Maybe I don't want to even quantize that. Okay, I want to quantize that. Let's do eighth notes. No, let's do quarter notes because it was quarter notes and it's half time. And I do Alt and Q, which doesn't totally slam it on the grid, but like gets closer and closer, and more often you push Alt and Q for quantize, it will get closer to the grid, but not fully quantized. I'm just giving a little compression. Mr. James, hello. Nice to have you around. How's LA treating you? So now to find some chords for that little melody. Nope. That's actually rather nice. So we just got to change that melody note here to a D. So, sorry, piano. Was rather nice. What are you making now? I have no idea. How should I? No, I just started with that little melody in the choir, and I just want to see what we can do with it. So, I need an idea of no, give me VE Pro. So I have VE Pro on this monitor right now, so I can at least see what articulations I have available. I could see that here as well if I go here and then I see the articulation list as well. So let's try the dynamic waves with the flageolet. Okay, that is flageolet. Let's record that. Till there. Or quantize that. And my man, what you can do? What can you do? What I have to admit, what I find is that these choirs are extremely forgiving for like more unusual, not unusual, but close voicings. So when you have these intervals that are actually not really well done, especially with singers, when you have close intervals. Like this A sharp major, for example, major 7. So when you have that A sharp and when you add the G below the A sharp, that sounds extremely gorgeous. Same with the sounds gorgeous. So let's put these same chords with the man. Very quiet. So I'm using CC1 and CC11 here to control the volume there. Oops. I think I accidentally deactivated that track. Yeah. Hit the wrong key there. There we go. Quantize, and the sound variation shall be dynamics long. There we go. Without the click, I think we can get a little slower. That male choir is a little too forceful for my taste. So do we find something that is less the wide longs sound better there. Like that more. Let's try that again. And then I can. I love that, like that little line that I did there on the piano. So let's just repeat that or duplicate that with the male choirs, like little, not counter melody, but just fill in. And let's also get rid of a little bit of low in there. Technically, I think I can just duplicate the piano here. Well, let's just hold that note here. Something's odd with the sustain pedal here. No, it's not. Let's do this. Okay, gonna extend that. That means I also need to rework what we are in the expression on this one. Well, just a more wheel at least. And it needs to come from above. This. Goes down a little too far. And let's re-record the piano for the end here. Yeah, let's just... Simplicity is key here. It's eighth notes. Just turning it down a little. Okay. Red Hunter, if anyone would give you an answer to that, I would be highly surprised. Elements 2 is not out yet. Also gonna just repeat the violins. I think they come in a little earlier, so we can do that. I mean, right now I wish I had some pizzicato, but we don't. So, why don't we try the... Where do I say? Yeah, there. So I just switched in VE Pro that it brings up the player that is currently receiving MIDI, because I want to see. What mic positions do I have on the cello? Sounds different than the others, but it isn't. It's the same thing. Maybe try the port long. Okay, I want to have that very, very fragile. Maybe bring that in the second run. Okay, on the last one we need to change the articulation. Good point to bring in the articulation mappings. Sound variation, so this shall be port long, that's what we did. And on the last one, let's change that to... Let's try the dynamic wave tremolo. And that goes on for 4 bars. I like that, but we can bring the mod weight down quite significantly here. So save that for a second. So which articulation did we use here? We used the wide longs, I think. Yes. So duplicate that. Hey Mina. Sorry, there is no way you cannot make this library sound good. It's... Let's duplicate that line also with the violas. Very broken. Kind of improvised, but I liked it. That is going to be sustain legato. Alt Q. Kim, we are going to talk about that on Thursday, but to take that before, no, this one was not recorded with live orchestra. Hey Ricardo, something wrong with the Discord link? Let me check. I mean, I tried to change that to have an ongoing link and not renew it every 7 days, but kind of didn't really work. But what I can do is just copy this and just paste it here. So there you go. So there's the correct Discord link. Talking about which, yeah, of course, you can join the Discord. You can also check out my Patreon, which you will find here. Do you? There you go. And obviously, if you like the content, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel and leave a like, a comment, and all the good stuff. Nevertheless, we are doing a giveaway today thanks to Orchestral Tools. So all you gotta do is leave your comment underneath this Facebook post. Yes, of course, you can also leave a thumb up. That is also very much appreciated. And just checking where we are right now. Get comments. 131. Close to beating the record of all time with how many comments we had. So what I want to do, I actually have to go on a quick, short break, and we'll be back in a second. Until then, I will just leave you with a little bit of the story behind the TALLINN sound. So check this out. I won't be away for 8 minutes though. So I see you in a second.
So the story of us being here today in Tallinn really starts quite a few decades back, when I first played choral music to Richard Harvey back in the early 2000s. He was writing music for films, and I was joining his studio and his team to help him out on that path. When Richard started working with Orchestral Tools, it was really the next step to take to make sure that we also managed to record the Estonian Philharmonic Chamber Choir here in Tallinn.
Richard Harvey is a very good friend of us and from London, and he mentioned he recorded some choral works here in Estonia with the Estonian Philharmonic Chamber Choir, and he was amazed about the tenors in particular. He mentioned they sound like the most silky tenors that he have heard before. So he mentioned we should definitely try to connect and to maybe do a sample library here in Tallinn. We try to deliver our collections in a kind of a sound world idea that started actually with Metropolis Arc 1, where we really tried to come up with an entire orchestra with a full choir, with percussion, everything on board. And we thought about doing the same here in Tallinn to really conserve somehow this kind of sound. Mostly when the choir sings, they have the strings up front, which is quite natural. So for us, it felt like a must-have to also deliver the chamber strings together with the choir.
There are a lot of reasons why this choir has to be recorded here in Tallinn. This is the territory, this is the home of the choir. They've recorded countless albums and conducted many concerts in that very same church.
We thought the church would be the right thing, the Niguliste here in Tallinn, in the old town. It has a very long reverb tail, and also I know that Arvo Pärt himself, he also did a lot of recordings in this church, also with the same choir, the Estonian Philharmonic Chamber Choir.
So both the orchestra and the choir, they have been traveling around the
Hello.
world. In fact, I've heard them perform in New York, in Paris.
I would love
in
to
Hamburg,
watch that
you
further,
name it.
but head
When you
over
have
to the
an
website.
ensemble,
I think I
certain
posted
element
the
of
link
tuning to each
already.
other is essential.
And
In a
you can
huge
check out
choir,
more of that.
You might kind of
There
be
we
one
go.
of many, but in a chamber choir, you have actually very often the feeling that there are still.
Bam! Thank you very much for that information on Tallinn. I think they really captured a gorgeous sound there. Let me quickly catch up with the chat. Please keep it fair and use one Facebook account. Yeah, that's true. Red Hunter, you going to win? Okay, we will see. I have no influence on that. So where were we? Let's quickly check. Click off. I just realized we haven't had our flip today. Hey, baby lords, good morning. So everybody prep your speakers. Here we go. Flip. Cheers, Corona. Finally back on streaming. It feels good to be back here and have you guys around. So let's go. Let's write a little more. Overall, it is okay-ish. I'm not really digging the vibe. I want to have a. So I said I didn't like these cello portados here. So maybe let's start with a legato line. Yeah, let's try this, like having a little bit of a melody line below the other stuff. Ish. Let's hard quantize that, see where it takes us. I just want to find out how much track delay there is for the... Oh, and... sorry. Sound variations. Let's load the cello and put that on legato. Okay. Obviously you can hear that you need a track delay for that, so sounds to me like in the 120 range. I like that. That sounds nice. And also, again, get rid of a little bit of the low end for the noise floor. And actually, let's change this to... No, let's change the whole strip to the American Class A, because I like the EQ on this one. I want to bring out a little bit, like here in the 5 or 3K range on the cello. So I'm going to solo that. So actually, let's do the line of the cello in with a man legato. They do this little fill in here as well. Let's delete that last note and unsolo. What did I play there? Okay. Man. Okay, there we go. Kind of. I do like the cello and the low male doing that stuff together. So let's see how they sound on their own. Why are the cellos not soloed? Ah, okay. Yeah, got it. So now. Okay, just did hold the man a little too long there. Let's do that unisono. Actually, on the cello, I don't want to do the third. I want to do the bass. Unsolo. Hey, eStudio. Okay, can take care of that last note later. I want to do something more on the violins here. I'm just not sure what. So, looking at the possible articulations. Not really sure. Yeah, of course. Let's load the violins here. Yes. Thank you. And this shall be tremolo. Delete this. This shall be tremolo as well. Okay, so now we have. Ah, I just loaded that into the wrong MIDI channel. Sorry. Quarter. And I messed something up with a man here. Sound variation shall be... No, there is no variation because that's the man legato only, so we don't need sound variations on this. Solo clear, but on the cello, I think I just changed that to... No, it's still cello. But the tremolo is wrong, so we need to change that to sustain legato. Red Hunter, thanks so much for the kind words, but I highly doubt that. Thomas' new album is coming out tomorrow. May 6th, Humanity Part 3. Just give that a listen and you will instantly take that back. So, and I do like that pedal note on the violins here in the first part, but I want to change that up here in the second one. So let's quickly mute the, well, you know what? Let's put these into a folder. Folder. Pack folder, there we go. So that is voices. So now I can mute them all at once. I'm hearing like the fragile tremolo at that point, so I think I need to bring that in here right away. And they are playing G and D, and since we are on a B, I think I could do a B here. Do that on tremolo as well. And just very soft dynamics. Yeah, like that. We do this. And then we need to get rid of this. And I think I have, yeah, I have CC11 here as well. To get rid of this. Oh, come on. Like this. Not the best media editing, but you get the idea. Can we unsolo, please? Thank you. And I also need more of the violas. Something. Also something more of the fragile stuff. And they have these fragile longs. So pond. Yeah, like that. Let's try that. I like that. Nice sound. Did it take the sound variations? No, it did not, because I haven't loaded them. Violas, yes, thank you. I think I recorded them, but they are not there. So fragile, so pont. Nice. Rather nice. Bring the choir back. Okay, let's see what we have so far. Okay, now the tremolo key switch is doing... That guy is a little too loud now, the tremolo. So bring that down. Like this. I'll change the cello there. I don't like the cello line here. What does that sound like together with the males? Solo this, solo this. like this. Hey, Henry. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. My pleasure. I have to admit that there's one frequency in the women choir that is a little distracting to my ears. I found that before. So what I would do is open up the Q3. It's pretty much this here. When we solo the choir, that frequency is a little irritating. So what I would do is to just tame that a little bit, is just do a dynamic EQ and bring that down a little bit only when it appears. Then we can open the Q a little bit on this, and I don't want to really bring it out because it's very a significant range for the choir, but it is a little too much for my ears. So when we do a dynamic EQ, it should tame it a little. Versus without. It's just a very resonant frequency. But then again, I feel that we need to control the dynamics a little bit. Oh, we do already. That sounds rather great. Only thing I don't like is that the strings end so abruptly here. We need to calm down a little. And I think these violas that come in here need to go down as well. Something's odd. Something kind of sounds like cut off. I think it's the viola sound there from the sulpont. So let's keep that going and turn it away here, and then we do mod wheel CC11 as well. Sorry. Yeah, it sounds a little more fluent. Okay, on the basis, I'm gonna use sustain soft. Which means sound variation, sustain soft. That happens when you don't have your OBS window open to check your camera settings. But happens to me every time. When I put that bottle here, I get out of focus because the bottle is way more important than I am. New camera technology. Still cannot decide between a beer bottle and a face. But yeah, it is what it is. Okay, let's put down some basses. Obviously here. Let's take that off the equation there. Don't need that C in the cello. I do like the soft basses there. Ah. I do like the legato O here, and I feel we could bring in some more women. So what do we do? And the same thing with the EQ applies here as well. So I'm just copying the EQ setting from the other choir over here. Like this. So that is, in terms of articulation, I'm using the long syllables now. So let's try that. A little loud there on the modulation side on this one. So what I can do is mark these and bring this one down. Like this. And same for expression. Just gonna down like this. And or maybe like more like this. There we go. And let's bring this one in later because we have the sus beforehand. And someone asked about there is not much control in terms of velocity, so it's all with mod wheel and expression. Since it's so allergic, makes sense to control that with faders instead of the velocity. Just want to listen to the choir on its own for a moment. I'm gonna change some stuff here. And I want to kind of give it a little bit more beef. Second run through here. This. Maybe go up. But then we need to have the dynamics go down a little. That makes more sense. Like this. Maybe let that die away on the 9. No, no. Charles, haven't you heard of circular breathing? Choir doesn't need to breathe. And if you have 5 people in a choir, 3 people can hold the note while 2 take a breath and then they take over when the others take a breath. So you can have harmonic chords running on and on and on without the need to breathe. At least not audible. Okay, let's switch that to... I don't think we need the last one. But I do like this stuff before. So we go, oh, freaking hell, what controller did I use before? I think it was wave trim or wave flag. I think it was wave flag. Ah, damn it. It's not totally convenient with a key switch system, so sometimes you end up on the wrong spot. If you have the traditional keyboard setup, you can, of course, press G to merge, but G and H I took over from Cubase are my Zoom settings, so I deleted that one. Honestly, this is kind of a piece where I would actually go into the tempo and write the tempo. And I have, shall I say something? I have no friggin' idea how I write a tempo track in Studio One. I know by heart how to do it in Cubase, but how do I do a tempo track in Studio One? Can I add a tempo track? Audio track, instrument track, automation track, follow track, bus. I freaking have to read that. Internets, help me out here. Studio One tempo track. How to do that? If anybody knows right away in the chat. You need to select tempo on top. Okay. Tempo, tempo, tempo. Tempo on top. Where's tempo on top? Oh, right here, right? We can mark flags. Secondary ruler, open arranger track, chord track, signature track, tempo track. Hello, sweetie. You were the one I was looking for. Thank you so much, Ellen. Don't tell anyone. I've been with DD1 for a while now. Okay, starting on 126. I want to slow down a little on that chord. Get back to 126. No, need to go down even more. That can go gradually down till there. No, that's too slow. That's a little too fast. Going down and then going back to 126, something like that. That's how I would kind of feel the curve there. Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is kind of what I think about. How would a conductor slow the orchestra down or bring it up? That sounds rather lovely, I have to admit. I like that. It's not much that is happening in the tempo track there, but if you bring the click in, like the chord progression there. So let's see if we can do something with that. I don't know. We've got to start somewhere. And I think we need to track delay this one as well. And the men need to hold their breath as well. And actually, let's do this. Let's re-trigger the man here as well. One little tip that I can give you is when you bring in like a crescendo or rise, don't put the loudest point at the end of the bar. Usually in nature, you have the loudest point quickly before the bar trigger. It always sounds more natural. So. Can I add a duduk? Honestly, I'm not really feeling a duduk on this one. I could, technically, but I want to try to stick to TALLINN on this one. Just gonna listen from the beginning, sorry. Again, Henry, I answered that already. It doesn't look like there's any kind of control or change in the samples through velocity. So it looks, I think the only difference is the string short articulations. So all the longs are controlled through mod wheel and expression. The shorts definitely have a velocity control. And there the mod wheel is not doing anything. Nevertheless, let me quickly check something. Save, by the way, might be a good idea. Let's bring in the sign player again. I mean, I haven't really looked under the hood of it. When you load the instruments there, like say we load the strings cello here. So in the options panel or in the performance panel, dynamics. So you can, no, it doesn't seem like you have a choice to control the dynamics in any other way than with mod wheel. So there is no there's not really an option to change. You can obviously exclude dynamics, and even in the sustains. So cutoff filter. So I don't think that you can really control the different dynamics through velocity, but you can, for example, just use the piano on the one patch and the MF on the other one. But it's not really controllable through velocity. Maybe that's something they can do on a later update. I'm not really sure. I would get in touch with, maybe just write Orchestral Tools support an email or something if that's something that is planned for the future. There is a strange jump happening. I think it's in these. Yeah. And this actually is a sentiment for how reactive these libraries are to velocity change or to dynamic changes. Okay, now let's bring in the full throttle. The man will have their say as well with the long articulations. I have to check where they are. Man, syllables long. Okay, let's try this. Key switch is F0. Click on. That worked rather well without any further tweaking. I am pleasantly surprised. And let's change. No, well, I'm actually not pleasantly surprised. That's wrong to say like that because it is just amazing. Amazing. And that last syllable should be wide long. No. Damn it. Syllable long and just the last one wide long. There we go. Do you think this library can blend well with the dry libraries? Well, with dry libraries, you will have a lot of work to do to make them sit in the same space as this library, as you have the pre-recorded room in the samples baked in, so you cannot even turn it off. This library sounds and works great with the baked-in reverb, but I think with the dry library, you will have a hard time really melting that together. It really depends on how you mix it and how you put it together. I don't say it's impossible, but it will definitely be tough. Okay, let's put some broken violin on top. I'll do that on top and actually in the octave above. Let's see how that sounds. Where are the men? Why are the men gone? What did I do? Okay. What happened? Why did I delete the man? Oh, they are there. The women are gone. Where are my women? There we go. It looked strange. There was a track missing. Okay. So, it would be nice to use some ethnic woodwinds, but the problem is most of them are just close-mic'd. I mean, that's kind of true, but I mean, you could use like something like Stressov or something when you have a hall. If you really try to, I mean, I don't want to do it, but let's see. If we want to try to bring in a very dry sample, might be a good test or something. So what do we have? Something dry. Of course. Ethnic. I mean, obviously, Eduardo's stuff is bone dry. Might be even better to use that. Let's take the Efimov Duduk, just for the sake of giving it a try. Take the reverb off. Somebody asked for a Duduk, so let's do that. Okay, let's take this one. So that's obviously bone dry. also want to change a chord here. I used the C minor after that, but I actually want to try to use a C major. I think that has a little more edge there. I mean, not that I think that that duduk really works out there, but for the sake of trying, let's try to bring that into the space. So I technically would look for a decent church reverb, since this was recorded in church with a good, I guess, 4 to 5 seconds of tail length. So let's try cinematic rooms. And as you can see, not as a send, but as an insert. And if we look at the spaces, let's try maybe the cathedral has 4.2 seconds. And now with the dry wet, I can determine how much I want to have the dry signal and how much I want to have the reverb signal. I would kind of put it like that. You could also try, instead of the cinematic rooms, let's turn that off. You could try Liquid Sonics, what's it called? Seventh Heaven, so more using IR. West Church 5.4, East Church 3.0. Let's try the West Church. That's just the reverb. So you need a lot of more reverb than direct signal to make it blend. I don't like that reverb at all there. I like the cinematic rooms better. Last but not least, let's give it a try with good old Valhalla. Valhalla. Let's take the vintage verb. See if we can find a decent deep vocal. Sanctuary. Let's get the 300 large hall. Give it a little more decay, and on the mix, put like at 60. Yeah, that one works pretty well as well. So kind of, you can get decent results with a little bit of tweaking the reverb to get it sound, but it will always be a hassle when you have bone dry instruments to make them fit with pre-recorded reverb. It will always sound a tad different, and you will have a lot of tweaking to do. And believe it or not, even the noise floor makes a lot of the sound, and if you have that not available in the samples, have ultra clean samples, it will always sound like from somewhere else. I want to have a little bit of maybe portamento. I don't know, let's see. Don't like that. And also, maybe I stick to the C minor. That C major was a nice idea, but I don't really dig it. So let's go back to the minor. I think I just go with eighth. Oh, I went back to minor. Sorry. Just till there. And then do something else. No, let's give the violas a little bit of solo line. No, I don't like the viola solo there. I just don't know if I really like that whole second part. The first one was good, but the second one feels kind of forced onto it. Just had this idea for the ending here. I think that kind of works better than going with any kind of rhythm. If we buy individual instruments from the library, what are your top recommendations? Well, get the choir, then get the strings, and then get the organ if you need one. But choir and strings, I think, are beyond any comparison, beyond any doubt. What I could do is just try to get in some piano for the ending there. Okay, let's try that. That was very much improvised, but maybe that's the best way to do it. Misusing the piano as a harp here. Just want to add some random man legatos. The last bing is a little loud. Let's do that an octave lower. On the last one, let's put the basses. We still have the soft sustain there. And the cello can do a tremolo. Yes, they can do a tremolo. Just a tad too long. Yeah, I think that's better. And I don't even bother with changing the timing here because I think it works great with the time changes in the beginning, but the second part is so much improvised and freehand anyway. I don't need to do much in terms of changing the timing there, but let's listen overall how it sounds like. I have to admit that choir is rather lovely. You don't need much else to it. Just put some amps there at the end. But could you start singing when the rest starts to work? Oh, the piano is also a little late on the low end. Come on. On the one, please. No, we don't need you. Go away. Sustain, pedal off. Oop, there we go. So that means we can cut it here. I call this a day. Track done. I like it. Just slam some L2 on the master bus, as we always do. Where's my right button? Please don't sample that sound that I just made. I apologize. That was unintentional. Where is my master bus? Where is my master bus? Doesn't really matter. I can also just slam all of these into a master channel. So, okay, now I have my master. I definitely want to have a Q3 to check some of the overall frequencies. There's still a little build-up in the 1K range. But the downside is that there's also the speech and understandability of the human voice. I mean, in the end, this is nothing more than a smiley curve EQ. Just give it a little bit more high and a little bit more low and turn down the mids a little to give it that hi-fi sound. And then we can also just use the sound goodizer. There are two possible ways. Either the virtual mix rack. Not the virtual mix rack. Slate. Oh, come on. It instantly makes stuff sound better. VBC rack. The VBC rack. If you slam that on, it's just crazy what this thing is doing. Just by putting it on the fader. When I just turn it on and off. And then just some trusty Shadow Hills with my favorite preset. Never use a preset on mastering, but well, if it works, it works. I mean, I don't think that we really need to add tape, but fuck it, let's add tape. And they have a nice master setting here as well. Clean master. I love that one. finally some and you hear how the noise floor is coming out with the treatment already. But I want to use the ozone imager. Okay. There we go. So just bring the low end together a tad. Just there we go. Just use a preset. So lows, a little more mono, spreading out in the highs. What? Sacred, what? Could you please do a video tutorial on how to set up the Behringer BCF 200? I don't even know what the Behringer BCF 200 is. What is the Behringer BCF 200? Ah, I think you are mistaken. I have the PreSonus Fader Port 8, which integrates nicely with Studio One. So that will be tough to do. I don't have Behringer, at least not on the controller side. And then finally, let's just put some Pro L2 on the master to give it a little bit of gain boost. I don't think it needs much. Yep, like this. And let's go with something more relaxed. We don't need punchy or anything. Just to compare, if we turn off the inserts, like the violence here. Just go. Just go. You are not needed here. That sounds rather lovely. I like it. With that, I'm gonna close this. Technically, does anyone know how this PreSonus Exchange thing works? Because I said I put the key switch maps into the PreSonus Exchange so you can use it. So how does it work? Key switch is perfect. And can I do, or is there orchestral tools already? I think I just create maybe I should create a CTO folder in case anything pops up later. How do I create a folder? Can I create something here? Yeah, I know that I can find other people's maps. I want to create my own one. I think I just need to go here. No, need to go here into my maps. Take the folder. Show in Explorer. Actually, I want to put that into my CTO folder. So let's copy this. I copy that here. So now I should be able, if I go here, well, obviously that does not work. Damn it. New console, add track, instrument, none. Okay. So if I do a sound variation on this one, it's not connected. That's why it's not working. Oh, damn it. Okay. Remove track. Remove track. Okay. There we go. So I want to have a sound variation here. So now when I click on this, why can I not see the folder that I just created? So when I go to cloud, refresh. Can I grab that here and move that? No. How to upload to... I need to read how I upload stuff into PreSonus Exchange. I will let you know on the Facebook page where they will be available. So I definitely put the key switch maps into the SoundCloud Exchange, so you can into the SoundCloud PreSonus Exchange, so you can utilize them. Anyway, that's the track. So that is also the end of the stream. That means last call on our giveaway today. So all you got to do is make sure you head over to that Facebook post I just posted in the chat. Also, Tallinn is on the last day of intro pricing today. So if you want to grab it, or if you don't win it and want to grab it, check out the website Orchestral Tools. It's on intro price $249, last day today. So I think tomorrow it will pre-order price, not intro price. So I think it will have an intro price as well before it goes to full $399. But don't take my word for that. I don't know how Orchestral Tools handles that. If you don't win it in a few minutes, win it in a minute, and still think about getting it, the best chance is to jump onto the Orchestral Tools website and get it directly, because it's the cheapest you can get it. Yeah, Henry, sorry to say, but yeah, this library is not really, I think, intended for velocity-based control. It's really more focused on expressive writing with MIDI CC data. So I don't think if it's perfectly suited for what you try to do with it. But I mean, yeah, give it a try. If you wrote Tobias, he will definitely get back to you, I guess. So, Skemmer, thanks so much. So this is what we wrote today. By no means a finished track, but at least it's something. And we can quickly check where we at with the Facebook post. We are looking at... Yeah, I think we beat the record. I think that's the most... the highest amounts of comments we ever had on a giveaway. Thanks, Nashi. I turned the volume down, so... It sounds rather great. Hey, Remco! Yeah, that's pretty much last minute. Giveaway is starting in a minute, to be precise. So, any more comments, do that now, as the giveaway will happen right after the end of that track, which we have reached now. Yeah, great library. Make sure to, again, I can only repeat myself, you can support the whole thing on Patreon, patreon.com/composingtutorials. And also make sure to hit that thumbs up, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because there's good stuff coming. And, by the way, let's take that out of the way. I didn't want to put that there, sorry. So we have, subscribe, because tomorrow will be a hands-on Ethera Gold Sahara, which we also have in a giveaway. Will be cool. And I'm very excited about Thursday. Thursday will be really good, because on Thursday we are going to have, you can see that here, Skylines roundtable with the composer of the movie and the director of the movie. So make sure to either on YouTube in the community tab or on Facebook, if you have any questions, especially in regards to the working relationship between a film director and a composer and stuff that you're just regularly interested in, we have the great opportunity to have the composer and the director of a very successful movie on a roundtable on Thursday. So ask your questions right away and make sure to tune in. It's on Thursday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it's a little later in Europe. Will be 11 p.m. With the composer of Skylines, Ram Katabaksh, and the director of Skylines, Liam O'Donnell. Gonna be an interesting one. Will be two parts. First part is Liam and the director talking about all the stuff that you want to know and that I may ask him. And the second half of that roundtable is more about the technical side of things and how Ram approached the score. And I had a little bit of a hand in there because I did the template for the movie and I also did the mastering for the final soundtrack, which you can listen to on Spotify. So the Skyline soundtrack is available on Spotify. You can listen to that. And this is definitely a very interesting, going to be a very interesting Thursday. So looking forward to seeing you there. And if you have any questions beforehand, again, post them on YouTube in the community tab or on Facebook on Composing Tutorials. Thanks so much for tuning in today. That was a nice one. Let me put that as a little bit of music underneath. We are looking at, let me copy that once more just to make sure that you guys know that we use the correct Facebook post. Get comments. 161. It doesn't get more. So I think everyone has tallied their vote. that means we should get ahead and get going. Are you guys ready? Let me know in the chat. Are you ready for today's winner? Thanks again to Orchestral Tools for providing a copy for the giveaway today. If you don't win, there is technically no excuse to not head over to the Orchestral Tools website and grab your copy there. But yeah, what can we say? One lucky guy or girl will be the winner today. 3, 2, 1, let's go. And the winner today is, good luck to everyone, Irene Sek. I think that's the first time we have a female winner, at least from the first name. I assume it's a female winner. Congratulations. I will get in touch with you on Facebook. So we have a winner. Congratulations. And I think everyone who gets this library is a winner anyway, because it just sounds amazing. One of the best libraries I have ever had my hands on in the last couple of years, to be honest. And I am not saying that because I got a free copy for the stream or whatever. It's just plainly, I think, honestly, it's amazing. It sounds great. I cannot say anything else about it. It's a great tool in the toolbox to have. So again, tomorrow we will have a hands-on Sahara from Stefano Maccarelli, Ethera Gold, Sahara Voices, and on Thursday we have the Skylines Roundtable. So thanks so much for tuning in. I see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful night, afternoon, day, wherever you are, and I see you soon. Bye-bye.